In Florida, anger and frustration today in Miami, where voters lined up to cast absentee ballots after being cut off from the early voting deadline yesterday. NBC's national investigative correspondent Michael Isikoff looks at what happened there and other potential election problems.
Frustrated voters outside the Miami-Dade election office this afternoon. They had come after the county announced it would open its doors to provide and accept absentee ballots today. But so many voters showed up that election officials were overwhelmed. They shut their doors, then decided to reopen. The Democratic Party had sued to extend early voting after some voters were stuck on lines for hours trying to meet yesterday's deadline.
I'm a little bit upset because the lines you have, like, what, is it 5 hours now?
Election officials are bracing for lots of potential voting problems on Tuesday, especially in the key battleground states. In Ohio, experts say that because of confusion over new absentee ballot rules, more than 200,000 voters may be forced to cast provisional ballots that won't be counted until 10 days after Election Day.
There's a realistic chance that we will not know which candidate won the presidential election in Ohio.
Another big wild card, citizen groups like True the Vote, a Tea Party offshoot that says it has trained nearly 1 million poll watchers to be on the lookout for voter fraud. Liberal activist groups say they are deploying their own poll watchers to prevent intimidation.
We will also be watching the poll watchers to make sure that they are not acting as bullies.
Meanwhile, Hurricane Sandy's devastation has swamped election plans in the Northeast. New Jersey officials, faced with flooded polling stations and power outages, are besieged.
Obviously, the timing of the storm was horrible for us. It's affecting people's ability to get to the polls.
I have no idea where we'd be able to vote.
This weekend, the state announced it will let voters displaced by Sandy email or fax their ballots in, and military trucks may be deployed as backup polling stations. All these issues could lead to an election storm that results in confusion and even chaos at the polls on Tuesday. Lester?
Michael Isikoff in Washington, thanks. And we want to let you know that Brian Williams and our entire political team will be with you every step of the way on election night. Our coverage begins at 7, 6 Central Tuesday night here on NBC.